Hi everybody, so this is my Showcase 2 assignment, Technology for Evaluation. The lesson plan is for 3rd grade students. It was for language arts, learning to define vocabulary words and to understand the words. The objective was students will learn how to memorize vocabulary words through definitions, pictures, quizzes, and through interactive games. The goal of this lesson was to teach students how to recognize and use these vocabulary words in their everyday lives by competing with one another through interactive quizzes. So successful learning to me means to not only know the definition of a term, but understanding the concept of the term. Successful learning involves getting the meaning of the knowledge. Meaning is created by using students' prior knowledge of concepts with new concepts. Without prior knowledge of certain concepts, information can have no meaning. Students successfully learn when they take new and relevant information and construe it through their prior knowledge of a certain concept. They take what they already know and interpret it with new information they've received. Measuring successful learning means to measure what the students have understood and what they have understood. You then provide students with feedback, which measures how effectively students are building in their metacognition, understanding of their own learning. Technology tool for evaluating. I use the tool Kahoot for my evaluation. Kahoot brings a competitive gaming to the teacher's assessments and gets the students involved and engaged in their learning. It's free and easy to use for both students and teachers. The teacher uses and creates a free account at getkahoot.com and selects a multiple choice quiz. The teacher decides whether to award points to each question. The teacher can also put a time limit on for each question, and the teacher can add images to each question if desired. When ready to play, you start the quiz and project it to another device, such as a large screen so students can see it. Then students go to Kahoot.it on any device and enters the pin number for the quiz. And then all students receive points for answering correctly, but those who answer the fastest gets the most points. It's teacher-paced, which allows the teacher to pause each question and discuss the answer. Kahoot is a great tool to use for formative assessment because of the immediate results of the student's learning and instant feedback. Students can also create their own quizzes and quiz their classmates. This allows them to demonstrate their learning. Kahoot is a great way to measure students' understanding of a concept, but in a fun, interactive way. By being able to see their scores immediately, this helps students set goals for themselves and teaches them how to self-monitor their learning successes and struggles. So then I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the tool. I have my MacBook is being used as the teacher's screen, and then I'm also using the desktop computer and another laptop to add players to the game. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I click play right here. It's under 3rd grade vocab. It's a public quiz. And then I click player versus player, or you can do team versus team, but this one we're going to do classic. And it's really loud, so I'm going to turn it down. And then the pin number's up here, so the students would see this on the teacher's screen, and each student will enter the game pin number. And then when they're ready, they press enter. And then they put their nickname. And then they click go. So then you see their names pop up. And then the teacher press start. And then there are 22 questions, so you don't have to go through all of them, but I just want to show you the gist of it. It has the question right here, and then the time limit right here. And you can skip the question, and here's the picture. So then students would click the right answer. So I'm going to click the right answer, and it'll show you that they both got it correct, but Ashley too responded faster, so she got more points. And then the teacher goes to the next question. You can also, pause it as well. The teacher can pause it. And then to discuss the question and answer. So Sally was not to slip on the ice that was on the step. She was fortunate. Oops. So the other Ashley won, got the more points that time. So basically that's just like the gist of it. There's more questions, but they would take forever for us to go through it all. So I'm going to go back to our PowerPoint. So some of the questions for this assignment was, the first one was, does the evaluation tool teach students to self-monitor their learning successes and struggles? Yes, because of the instant feedback and competition among fellow classmates, this monitors their learning successes and struggles. They can see how well they are doing immediately. They are also active participants. They can quiz one another, expressing their learning of the concept. Students can play individually or in teams. As they continue to play this game, students become more aware of what they need to work on and where they need to improve. They are self-regulating their learning this way. Number 2, does this evaluation tool help students goal set and develop strategies for improving learning? Yes, again, because of the instant feedback and pace of the game, students are motivated and encouraged to set goals and meet them. Students can learn from one another on how to achieve their goals. The instant scores allow students to see what's working for them and what isn't. This facilitates self-growth. Does this evaluation tool allow you to collect data or other information to monitor learning? Yes, the teachers are able to see the scores of the students, which is an easy way to know if the students are understanding the concept. The teacher is also able to pause the game and discuss each question and answer. And then number 4, I said yes to this question. The scoring system gives students easier and faster access to feedback because it is online and it grades their scores immediately. They don't have to wait a week or so to see how well they did on a quiz. So formative learning and evaluation. This tool applies to formative learning. Teachers have immediate access on how well the students are performing. It helps students realize what they need to work on. It helps with self-growth. Kahoot helps teachers with their lesson planning and instruction, what they need to adjust for the students. So some of the UDL principles. Kahoot supports the UDL principle, multiple means of engagement. It allows students to work on this game without distraction. They are completely captivated and engaged during the game because there is a time limit. They have the option to play by themselves or with a team. Students can also quiz each other. This gives them a sense of autonomy, and they are being active social learners. Kahoot supports the UDL principle, multiple means of representation. The use of symbols and pictures to the question helps learners. Teachers can also pause each question to discuss the answer. Kahoot supports the UDL principle, multiple means of expression. The immediate scores provide constant feedback which monitors progress. Evaluation of tool. I would use the data collected from this tool to adjust instruction. I would have students work on it individually at first in order to better understand how each student is performing. Then I would allow them to work in teams if desired. I would use this tool in my future classroom. It's a great way for students to be engaged and an easy way for teachers to assess how each student is performing. So yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me. So yeah.